Hey, what is up there, guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Evolve. How you guys doing on today? You know what? I'm doing all right. So today we're going to take a little bit of time to talk a little bit more about Joe Budden, as Joe Budden had quite a bit more to say from our last episode regarding Eminem and that Trader Joe bar. And also, he took some time to talk a little bit about the intro. And there are a few things that I wanted you all to see in this clip as he was talking more about his relationship with M and why he really had a problem, and it wasn't quite M, but it was Paul. And but anyway, I want to get right into it. We're gonna play the first clip. Let's go.
I think it's a lie. It
was another Friday release when they didn't want to rap with you.
Stop, y'all gonna stop trying to get me. I like everybody in 2020. Y'all gonna stop that shit.
No, you don't, but okay.
Who I don't like? No, yes I do.
You don't like everybody. Nobody likes everybody.
You don't like Adam Sandler.
I only don't like Paul Rosenberg still in 2020.
Well, is it because maybe you were left off a certain album that dropped on Friday?
No.
Trader Joe.
No. Look at Joe. No.
Trader Joe.
Trader Joe.
All right, guys, so as you can see in that first clip, Joe is just talking a little bit about how he loves everybody in 2020, and he seems sincere, right? Now in this next clip, they start to listen to that intro of Eminem's new album, and you will see Joe Budden, he's kind of bouncing, he's rocking to it, and he's feeling it. Like, he is Team Eminem, Team Shady nowadays. Let's take a look.
Hey! Talk to these niggas, M.
Okay, so now Joe is about to get into his gripe with Eminem and why he had a problem. He's about to talk a little bit more about Paul. But one thing that he do decide to do, he talks a little bit about, you know, how he wants to forget about what he said on the podcast. He forgave Eminem for what he said, you know, there with Sway and everything. Just in case y'all forget, let me play the clip of the podcast where he was talking about, I've been better than you. Let's just play the clip.
Newsflash, M. I heard the album. And because I think you don't really know all the members that were in the group, I don't really think you know our history. Let me tell you what Joe Budden has thought this entire time. I've been better than you this entire fucking decade. Huh? Can't say that back then. Can't say that back then. But in my rapper brain, I'm a content nigga. You gotta say something. You have not said anything for the better part of a whole fucking decade.
That's true.
You have rhymed a bunch of words.
So that's what Joe is referencing in this next clip. He said, forget about all that. Let bygones be bygones. And you know, let's play the clip.
And really, really briefly, because there's a lot of music to get to or a lot of things to get to. The same way I feel like he should stop dissing Lord Jamar, he should stop dissing me. Like, hey, whatever we had, that exchange, when you did all of the videos, the Trapped in the Closet interview videos, and when I said whatever I said on the pod, it was a moment in time. We had our exchange, and it's over. In 2020, I can't harbor negativity toward not only one of the best rappers, but somebody I'm not angry at. That's what we got to stop doing. I don't be mad at the people I come in here and kill.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
there's no hostility.
Okay, so now in this next clip, Joe, he start talking about how, you know, his issue with Eminem, it actually evolved. Y'all see what I did there? It actually evolved from Paul Rosenberg, who is Eminem's manager. You know, it was because he felt like Paul was doing Royce dirty, so Joe took that anger out on M, I believe. But let's listen to the clip.
Some of us were fighting for it then.
Yeah. I feel like the bigger
I don't
Probably.
think
And I could be wrong.
I don't think that should make me like a traitor.
I think that the bigger problem that at least publicly has been said with them, with M, with you, was you having, dissing his album. I think that's what.
Yeah, no, but that's surface. That's
Right.
surface. The deeper issue is I say fuck Paul. And fuck Paul. I stand by fuck Paul only because of how loyal I am to Royce. And if you're asking Joe Budden, I'm going to always feel like Royce should be in a different position because of his alliance and over there.
Agreed.
I think that's a Paul issue. Paul, if you gave Noah a Def Jam job where he made upwards of $1 million a year, how do you think niggas that love Royce is supposed to feel watching how you handle him?
Agreed.
Okay, so Joe, he talks about how he felt like Paul was doing Royce dirty, and this really started this whole thing and this beef with Eminem. And in this next clip, he got a little off subject, and he started to talk a little bit more about how people on Twitter, they were saying that the real reason why Joe retired, and I seen these posts on Twitter, but the reason why Joe retired was to chase the money. That's why he stopped rapping, because he wanted to chase the podcast money. So Joe, he talks a little bit about that allegation. Oh, play the clip.
Wait, then I seen some people on Twitter saying, and this Nino Bless was one of them. Let's start calling Joe's retirement what it is. He retired to chase money.
Okay.
It's not fair. I don't think that's a fair assessment of Joe's retirement. I was rapping chasing money too. I just didn't get it. It didn't work. When I stopped rapping, it wasn't a dime coming from podcasting.
Very true.
We had no idea podcasting was even about the balloon the way it was. So don't say Joe's chasing money because it worked. It's not right, man.
I think that's right.
Yeah, it could have failed.
Yeah.
It could fail.
It still could, yeah.
It could fail. That's the thing.
I was about to say, it still ain't sweet like that. Like,
Okay, so this is where I get a little confused with Joe, because in this next clip, Joe, he start talking a little bit more about Eminem. He talks about how his problem with Eminem was that Eminem just didn't adapt to the times and the beats and everything. He did a horrible job, and he wasn't really looking out, and he did a horrible job adapting. But then he turns it right back around in the next sentence, and he starts to talk about how actually when he thought about it, it was his hate towards Paul and how Paul was managing everything that he took it out on M. And yeah, first he says, I'm just gonna play the clip because it's got me confused too, people.
But my only beef with M in our business relationship was his inept ability to not only adapt with the times, but to separate brands. The end. The end. There's no ongoing. That's it.
And some of that may be more directed at Paul than at M. You know what I'm saying? Because
that's why all of my shit is really directed at Paul, because Paul handles everything M.
Yeah.
M don't even know what the fuck is going on with M
certainly
without a Paul.
Certainly on the
say,
record label end.
I can't ever put.
But that's what I'm talking about.
M has always been very vocal about him just being an artist.
Right.
He doesn't rap like Hove in the sense of I am this business guy. Like, he's always been an artist, always will be. Even when he was running the label with G-Unit, was at its...
Y'all see what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying? Okay, so now y'all just see that he just ended it off with Paul is the reason to drive the hate. But in this next clip after this, something clicks to him and he gets back to M. He said, hey, but Eminem is responsible for, his manager. We're responsible for... But he gets back on them in this last clip. And, we'll play one more. Let's just play this one.
Peak. Like,
although
I'm an artist.
From a legal
I'll help
standpoint...
you musically.
Yeah, but you play good cop, bad cop all you want. You are responsible for your representation.
That's what I was about to say. In my experience of dealing with artists, even if they switch managers, some of the same things still happen. So while we can pass all of the buck or try to pass all the buck to Paul, sometimes
Are you dissing Joe?
No, but
Are you calling him a traitor?
I mean, yeah. Joe behaves in similar ways with different managers. He has.
Of course.
I've been nutty at times.
Yeah, like sometimes the manager is just a shield. Is all I'm saying. I'm not accusing him of that, but ultimately, your representation does represent you.
I think Paul and M would both say Paul has been a shield for M his whole career.
Yeah.
Fam, whoever manages
part of his job.
Whoever manages you should have your best interest. Whoever you do business with should have your best interest. And Joe's time on Shady, I didn't feel like my best interest was had by anybody. I didn't feel like Kings really gave a fuck. Court jesters, right?
Jester.
I didn't feel like jesters really gave a fuck about Joe shit. If anything, for me, that was confirmed by by the contract saying, hey, if we want to fuck with any of y'all as solo artists, we have the right to do so.
Okay there, guys, so honestly, I do want to know what you all think about this second part of what Joe was saying. Do you all feel that Joe is sincere? Do you all understand what he's saying? Let me know in the comments what you all think. Is it justifiable? Did they treat Joe wrong? I'd like to know what you all think of Joe. Other than that, I just want to say KIP, keep it positive. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. Don't make what it is what it ain't. I'll see you guys next episode. Peace.